Recording? All right, this is a session on how to buy apartment buildings and how to find apartment buildings in the industry when they're not available on real estate boards. ICIWorld has been in the business for 20 years, helping real estate brokers network exclusive information that they cannot place on real estate boards. And if I was to do a session in a say at a real estate board or in a real estate office and ask the brokers in the room that are knowledgeable, mostly commercial brokers are knowledgeable, and I'll make a statement that people can agree or disagree with, that 90% of apartments are not on real estate boards, agree or disagree. The majority would actually agree. There'd be some that would disagree, the odd one that might disagree because they don't know, and then there's other people in the room that simply don't know. Letting you know, 90% of apartment buildings are not on real estate boards. The same goes for shopping centers, development land, businesses. There's all kinds of things that are not on real estate boards. And because you have a license to trade in real estate, you have a very, very special position in the industry where it is legal for you to trade in real estate information. But there's a special way to do it to follow the guidelines of your license, whether you're in California, Florida, Vancouver, Toronto, it doesn't matter. There's a special way to network exclusive information. The key thing is you must not identify the property or reveal the address. I might cover some of that at the end, or you can see some of our other seminars by simply going to seminars, and when you click on seminars, there'll be some video sample seminars. But in addition to that, they're also on our YouTube channel. If you were to kind of go down to our YouTube channel, in fact, that's where this video, people can even find it. And if I click on YouTube, which is this little arrow way down at the bottom, you'll see that there's going to be how to work exclusive information on all of these various tools. And choose this first line here. When you choose the first line, you'll see that there's a few more videos that you can see and go through them. This video right here that says real estate networking on phones, I want to leave this as a resource for everyone to go to on their own time. Now, I have posted this resource at the very top on ICIWorld, but once we take it away, it's available in YouTube, this one here. You can see there's been 200 views in that in the last 60 days as people start to learn about how to network on their phones. Let's go back, and that's a resource for you too as well, David, that particular one.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, now this is Indu's website, and I'm going to cover it very quickly. And you notice she's done some special things. We actually have some special widgets that if somebody clicks on commercial, it actually brings up the listings that are on ICIWorld. It actually brings it up on Indu's website. And you'll see how the haves and the wants kind of come up here. And if somebody's looking for an apartment building on Indu's website, they can see that there's over 300 apartment buildings on Indu's website. And if somebody is interested in, say, this particular listing here, what can happen is Indu will get the call and somebody will say, can you help me with this one, Indu? I'd like to get more information on it, listing number 334560. And Indu should say, yes, I will have someone call you back. Now, Indu has a choice. She can either call the other broker who's got that particular listing and do a referral, just like a doctor can do a referral. If you have a heart problem, he refers you to a heart doctor. Indu will actually refer you to the listing broker. Isn't that nice, David? So you can actually be talking directly to the listing broker if you see something on her website. Let's go back here. And also, in your case, you're going to see a list of wants for apartment buildings. And when we click on that list, you'll see it's a substantial list of wanteds on this particular screen. Mm-hmm. So you should be placing your want with a licensed real estate broker, David, or your want is not getting seen. By you placing your want with her, she's the only one that has the power to put it into database one, which is Network Worldwide, which is on 2,000 other brokers' website, which is on 18,000 pages on the internet, which gets emailed out to 20,000 people within one day, which has 30 to 40,000 people visiting it on a regular monthly basis on ICIWorld. And if you don't place a want or a have with one of our licensed real estate brokers, you do not get that marketing exposure. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go back on what you do get. Let's go back and cover now for everyone that's listening to this video, what can ICIWorld do for a buyer of real estate and how real estate brokers can actually help. So what I'm going to do is click back on, let's just open another tab up here and let's go back to ICIWorld. And so when people come here, you'll notice there's a little button here that says for the public. You can click on for the public and you'll see that there's 4 ways for the public to make a connection. Otherwise, you can be missing doing a deal. And we're going to start with the first one, free on all mobile phones. So every member of the public should add ICIWorld.mobi to their phones, and you should also add the app. You'll see down here the app for Androids and iPhones. Each one has little advantages. There's a lot of training there for brokers, which you can simply ignore. But the other thing that you should do is take advantage of the special 4 features that we're now going to cover for every buyer. So when you click on this ICIWorld.mobi, this will come up on your phone no matter where you are in the world. This works for every place in the world. And you can click on the commercial keywords, and you'll notice that we have something special here now called business category. Your business category is these apartment buildings, David?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to click on that. And you notice you can search the haves, not just the haves and the wants. I'm going to click on have in your case. Now, excuse me, you'll notice there's a have, want, age field here. We do not delete listings for 5 years. And that means it's incumbent upon you, David, to choose how far back you wish to search. Now, you can start with 1 month if you wanted to, and just to see what's coming on the market. You can expand it to 3 months, and then you might expand it all the way up to any age. And the reason is that all the real estate salespeople that have apartment buildings on the service, a lot of them have other apartment buildings that they know about that are not on this service. So if you're able to plant a seed with some other real estate people, they might come up with an apartment building and give you a call back. So it's up to you to choose how far back you wish to search. Our default is 3 months. That means that every member of ICIWorld that has not updated their listings within the last 90 days, their listings are not showing up. Okay, now we're going to pick the business area, which I understand you were Canada and any place in Ontario, but if you wanted to, you can zero in on areas as well. I'll leave it on Ontario for now. Now you can also put in a price range right here, as you see. We're just going to leave it the way it is for now, and we're going to go down here and we're going to choose an age field, but we're going to choose the sort on field, and why don't we sort them by price? Would you like that?
That's fine.
Okay, and we're going to go ahead and click on search database, and it looks like we have 82 buildings that are on here that are basically not on real estate boards. And if I was to click on, there's projects, freestanding buildings, site approved, rare opportunity owned, Paradise Berry, 8 acres, 30 townhouse investment, that's way up in Thunder Bay. Would you ever go to Thunder Bay?
Not really. I'm not interested in the townhouse part of it, but yeah, if it's something that's interesting, why not?
Okay. Now, here's a 19 plex in Oshawa. Could that be something that could interest you? Okay, so I'm going to click on that, and you'll see it's from a gentleman named Christopher Seepy, broker of record, Aztec Realty Corporation, and there it is. There's his information. You can give him a call and have him send you more information on this particular building.
Well, this is available. It's not sold. If it was sold, it wouldn't be in the category search. It would be off.
Not necessarily. It should be, but as you and I know, we do not have a fine for brokers that don't update their listings like the real estate board. So the real estate boards has more quality, up-to-date information where if you search something, it should be available.
Yes,
unless somebody put in an offer last night and it got sold and they haven't reported it. But there's usually a requirement for all real estate boards in North America to mark them sold within 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
However, we do not have that requirement, but we suggest that they should remove it right away as well. But some brokers don't get around to it, and so they can linger here. Now, I have a question for you, David. Let's say that you called this gentleman on that particular property and you found out that it was sold last week or last month or something. Now, chances are These listings, by the way, are less than 90 days old. So, you know, some of them are, I'm sure there's some available here. The only way to find out for sure is to call that particular broker. If you,
Absolutely, you know,
and if
say it as well, you know, keep it up there, get the call. You interact, it still brings you to somebody that had the listing, and if it's not there, if chances are they probably have another one if they're selling this current one, right? So,
There you
anyway,
go. So you know something? You just are sharing a lesson that we teach. You've actually said the lesson, and I didn't even do it. That, in other words, it's all about networking, isn't it?
absolutely.
And so you get to talk with other people and take advantage. Now, there's another thing that could help you, David. Would you like to know how much that particular property sold for?
Absolutely. Oh, that would be amazing. I didn't know that you guys offer that.
Well, you would talk to that broker about that particular building, right?
Hmm.
So in other words, when you talk to him, say, can you give me an idea of what kind of cap rate it went for? You know, what did it sell for? Just, I'd like to get a feel. And then if he can share some of that information with you a little bit, you might want to work with him because, you know, he's providing good service to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in other words, that can still be valuable information even if it has been sold. Secondly, by letting him know what you're looking for, he might find something in the future 2 weeks from now that nobody else knows about. He gives you a call and you go off and buy it. We've had a lot of sales. 50% of our sales through ICIWorld were actually done that way, where somebody talked with the broker that was on the service, they discussed something else not on the service, and went off and did a deal. So that's very good networking that you even brought up on your own right. So you notice you can sort them by price, and that's a way to search by using this widget, and that whole widget comes from this particular on your mobile phone. You can be standing in line at Tim Hortons and waiting for a coffee, and you can be searching on your phone to do this stuff. Okay, so that's
How long
one.
you guys?
Go ahead.
How long you been around for?
Since 1994.
Wow.
Okay, we were actually one of the first people on the internet in 1994 doing this as a service, and it lasted right through to this day. We're making a living, and the industry is now just really caught up in terms of having their phones, and we just unveiled the phone. And you see up here where it says learn how?
Mm-hmm.
It says 15 seconds for the public and the world industry to network with each other, and we just put this up, learn how. It's brand new, and you can click on that, and it happens. In fact, I'll click on it right now so people can see what it is, and it speaks about the phone right here, how you can, by the way, that's my picture, so you know who you're talking with and who's talking with you, and you can see right on the screen how it comes right up nicely, and you click on it, apartment buildings, and you can do it all within 15 seconds. It helps the whole industry network with each other literally within 15 seconds. Okay, so that's one thing that the public can do, is to search, and you can search and go through any of these search methods all through here. I'm not going to go through them all other than to let you know searching is a key thing. But if I go back to the public, and you'll see that searching is one way to do it. The second thing you can do is search this database number 2, because we have 2 databases. This is database number 2. Now, you can come down here and you're going to see that you can choose Canada, and then you can choose Ontario. These are listings that you can put in yourself as well, David, absolutely free. What does this say right there?
I'm here, buddy. I'm here.
Can you see what that says right there?
Pulling it up right now. Here we go. Gotcha. Free ad.
Free ad. You can actually post a free ad, and if it's okay with you, I'll actually post a free ad for you right now.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to click on free ad. And when you do, you read this subject line help here, and you'll see that for wanted, you must type the word wanted at the beginning of the subject line. So we're going to type in wanted. Now, were you looking at pretty well all of Ontario?
Yes, please.
Okay, wanted, and it's apartment buildings. And I would like to have a price range. Do you have a minimum and a maximum price range?
You go from 2 mil up to 40.
Okay. and up to from 2 to 40. So you may have partners or etc. You put together groups or however you do it. That's what you're looking for. Now, I have a question for you. You've got the location, Ontario, and we usually use geographic points of limitation by city. So we go either from Mississauga to Scarborough, Burlington to Oshawa, London to Belleville, or Windsor to Ottawa. We'll do it in a geographic limitation. Is how north to, number 7 highway, north to Barrie, north to Newmarket, north to Parry Sound, that kind of thing. Okay, and you'll notice there's a fourth ingredient called sizzle, which means what is so good about you as a buyer. And normally brokers will qualify you to make sure that you're qualified to kind of buy one of these things so that they don't waste all their time finally coming up with it and then find out that you can't even qualify to buy it. I'm not going to do that right now, but that's up to the brokers to do themselves. Do you own present apartment buildings right now?
Yes.
Okay, so presently own others. I'm going to just say that. So people know that you're a qualified buyer and that you are owning real estate right now, so they know that you probably know what you're doing as a start from not having met you before. And then you must choose Canada. Oopsie daisy. And then you choose Ontario, and this is the key thing. You must choose each of these areas in Ontario as places that you're looking for. Now, I don't think you're looking in northwestern Ontario, which is north of Sault Ste. Marie.
No, take that out.
Okay, so we'll take that out. Now, all of these other cities, assuming all of these are applicable, you can drag the mouse down, and boom, all of these cities are now chosen in Ontario.
Awesome.
Okay,
yeah.
Change the have and want to a want. Choose apartment buildings. Fill in the next 4 fields, which is going to be apartment buildings. And we're just going to say Ontario. And the price is basically from, what did we say, from 2 million? What was it?
2 to 40.
2 to 40. Okay, and I'll even put a plus sign because if you put together groups, you can even do more if you had to. Probably. Am I right?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's been quite difficult, to be honest with you.
Okay. And then we're going to just kind of grab this here. And I'm going to drop it down here. And then you go to the bottom of the page, and we're going to fill in the email address. Now, David, I'm going to actually not put in your personal contact information. I'm going to tell you why. Our service and this service is open to the world. The whole world can now see this stuff. And there's a lot of bad things that are going on the internet where the Nigerian scam people, and there's fraud artists, and there's a lot of problems on the internet. In fact, just as an aside, everyone should mark this down on a pad of paper, ICIWorld.com/security. I'm going to type in the word security. Can you write that down on a pad of paper? And this is good for you, Indu, as well as you, David.
Okay.
And I'm going to press on it. And you're going to see it takes to a special internet security page and protection page. It's a public service for the whole industry. I call it essential reading for everyone who uses the internet. There's a password test here. You can protect yourself, and you can start reading about all the scams and the things that are kind of going on the internet. Because if you click on sometimes on one email, your computer can get infected by recording keystroke loggers and all kinds of things, and you got to be very, very careful on what you click on and what you do on the internet. So this is all part of our security feature, which is a subject of another. It could be over 1 hour. Actually, it could be a whole day session on just security on the internet. I'm just going to show you. Just go to ICIWorld.com/security, and that'll take you right to this particular page, which you should read through all of that on your own time. So what I am going to do right now is I'm going to leave it here, but let you know that your email address can be put in here, and that your phone number can be put in here, and that your name can be put on here, and then you would simply answer no, that you are not a licensed real estate broker or salesperson. So I'm going to let you do this on your own time on ICI World, okay, where you can add this yourself absolutely free. Now, this information automatically gets emailed out to members on ICI World. If you wanted to see our members, one way to see them is just to click on search members and search executive members here, and then you can actually go down to the bottom and just search the database right there, and you'll see them come up. There's about 851. Can you see those there? There's all the members, and actually there's their market area and there's their specialty. And there's actually a way that if you wanted to put down in the market area what city, do you have any special city that you, which city do you live in?
Myself?
Yeah.
I'm sorry? Mississauga. Mississauga?
So I could put in Mississauga, and I could say, specialty, maybe income properties, maybe, and just for fun, there's a list of some of them right there. Income properties, see that? You might even give them a call right in Mississauga. Okay, so that's another way to kind of search for as far as brokers and salespeople in Mississauga that are members. We have, looks like, over 200 of them right here, and you'll see all of their specialties here. Okay.
I think David will call me. Right, David?
Yes, that's right. You're going to have each other's information before you're done. Now, what Indu can do for you, I'm going to show you that right now. And
I'm just on a call. I'm going to mute, but I'm listening. I'm just on a call right now, okay?
Okay, away you go. That's okay. All right. Now, the third thing that we can do is, when you add your haves and wants free, is to subscribe to the ICIWorld information service in various forms to keep in touch. One is the subscribing to the newspaper, for instance, where it's a double opt-in, and you just put your name here, and then you can opt in and receive the newspaper. And that'll keep you in touch with current events and worldwide events. Keep in touch with YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. And then you can subscribe to our monthly service that we send out announcements periodically monthly, but then they subscribe to our email list service. And what this can do, you can actually subscribe to receive listings in the Greater Toronto area here, and you'll see that you can subscribe to all the listings in Ontario. To have them come out, you just simply put your name and your email address there, and once a day you will get the latest listings that are put on ICIWorld. Whether it's one listing or 10 listings, you will get only one email with the new listings in it. Now, if you wanted to specialize and only get apartment buildings, you can come down here and actually choose just apartment buildings for Ontario. And there it is right there. Only apartment buildings would get sent to you if and when there are any. If there aren't any, you don't get an email. If there are some, you do get it. You'll actually get announced by simply putting in your name and your email address, and you can actually receive apartment buildings for sale by email. That's the third thing that you can do. And then let's go right back to the beginning and click on for the public. And then the fourth thing you can do is search for an executive member, and you can actually go through that same thing that I did, and you can search in various ways. You can search by languages spoken, for instance. If you happen to speak a language, you can search for a member by any one of these languages. And if you wanted somebody that theoretically spoke Italian, you could click on Italian. There's Italian-speaking brokers. And if you want to, click on any one of these other ones, you can. And you can find someone that speaks your language as well. You can search companies and choose an individual member. You can choose them by professional designations, and there's different ways that you can choose a member. Now, the reason you want to choose a member is what I'm about to do. And Indu, I'm going to switch the computer over to you, Indu.
Mm-hmm.
And hang on one second, see if I can do this. Hang on one second here. And we're going to actually place a want on the service on David's behalf. I'm going to make you the present. Actually, we're going to save placing a want for another session, but basically what Indu would do is she would log into the service. She would come to login and go to executive member login, and she would click on add have want on the left hand side, and she would actually place the want here. And then when she's finished, she would click on latest world commercial. And this is a sample of all the brokers and salespeople putting in their haves and wants industry-wide. And when you do this, your information is available within 15 seconds to all the people that have our free app and the free mobile website as well. That's two applications. One is to install the app from the App Store called ICIWorld, search it and install it. And the other one is to put the shortcut link on your desktop to ICIWorld.mobi. That completes our session for helping real estate people, or pardon me, for buyers and sellers to help themselves, and also how real estate people can actually use the power of real estate people to find things in the marketplace by networking with them, planting their seeds of what they're looking for, that kind of thing. That completes our recorded session now. I'm going to now leave it for people to call us directly. Just go to ICIWorld.com, click on Contact Us if you wish to speak with us. And let me see where the session is being recorded. I'm trying to stop the recording here. And I'm trying to find out where I can stop it. And I'm having a little issue stopping it, so pardon me. Oh, there it is. Okay. Have a great day.